Greetings and welcome to my first video on this channel. So we're at the start of 2026. May we all find our own way of navigating life, creation through, with our minds and hearts soulfully. We may have hopes and fears of the coming year and years. At this threshold, for many, it's another marker of what was not, what can be, what cannot be. For in each infinite moment there are infinite thresholds. All is flowing, beginnings, endings, and beginnings. In this grand experience, there are voices sharing sounds of sadness, grief, despair, fear, along with joy, laughter, happiness, and love. All is here now. All is now. And this is where our heart is. So, as much as we can, the invitation is to embrace where we are, how we are, without judgment, without comparison, now, in the eternal now, honouring how far we have travelled, honouring the love we have shared, opening our hearts as much as we can to gratitude for those shared lives and shared experiences, and especially for those beings who are no longer with us here in the physical. So this new year can be bittersweet, as is life. I always found this whole new year threshold odd. And I have always been drawn to be contemplative and quiet at these thresholds. And at this time, we're all noticing how so much fear is being ramped up for the collective. And I've been wondering how people are managing with all this. And I know that most, if not all, realise this threshold is significant. We are at the cusp of a huge evolutionary leap. And in some ways, we've already taken that leap. And that leap is continuous. So, given that in each amazing moment, this infinite now that we are all connected to, with the whole spectrum of life's experience, with all these ranges of emotions, we may need to shed tears. Tears from the heart that are love, that are carrying the bittersweet beauty of this threshold, with grief and gratitude flowing together like holy waters, holding both the ache of loss and the light of remembrance, the ache of what may be and the light of potentiality. It's all flowing together. And so we are the waters of life, weaving in reflections. We are deepening the invitation for our heart's expansion in a grounded way. And so we are transforming grief into light. We are, so many of us, feeling shattered, broken, pulled here, there, everywhere. But we are being opening and opened to a wider embrace. So how about we do not throw away these tears as if they are poison? These tears of laughter and sadness, they all flow. All is divine and beautiful when we allow to hold ourselves lovingly with all our experiences, however we are feeling, wherever we are, because that is how we are feeling and that is where we are. And we come back to the paradox that when we are in suffering and in pain, we do not want to be in pain, of course. But the more that we fight against this, that is what is causing the suffering. So accepting where we are actually allows us to move on. That's the paradox. So that's the invitation, to embrace who we are and that we're not wrong. We're not doing anything wrong. We are unique and yet we are part of the whole. This morning, as I awoke to the day, I was visioning droplets of souls from a tree of life. And these droplets were being guided by, beautiful angelic beings. And as I tuned into this beautiful image, it was more than an image. I felt it in my heart, and I felt my heart crack open even more, and tears of grief flowed. I was and am so grateful of this light that's flowing through us all. And so with this invitation of deeply feeling, witnessing at the same time, we allow ourselves to grow, to not shut down, to not close down, to not shrink our hearts. We can access the blessings that is flowing through all our experiences. We embrace the consciousness, which is divine, that is bearing witness to our experience. And then we are holding ourselves, and then we feel held in a bigger, more vast way, infinite way. And it's intimate. There's no courses, exercises, journaling with lists to arrive at this place. Well, I say that maybe because nothing is irrelevant, nothing is discarded, nothing is trash. But I'm feeling that in the journey, maybe we are doing these courses, these lists and exercises, that they're not a conclusion. They're not, that, how do I explain this? They are explorations in the environment that we are exploring at that time. And then in this infinite spiral of life, we take that leap and then we are on another plateau or another ring of that ever expanding spiral. And then I arrive at the paradox again, because we're in this dissolving of infinite. We're dissolving into the infinite, and yet we are finite in this physical, and yet the physical isn't finite. I think we're just expanding beyond the limitations of the language that was birthed and created in a certain resonance. And so this is where I conclude on this sharing, this first video of this channel, that I haven't got it all sussed or sorted. It's not all logical and it's not all linear. And to trust in the flow, and sending much love to you. Thank you for listening. And let's take a breath. And again, that's a rather strange phrase. Just bring our attention to our breath and our heart and the soles of our feet standing on this earth. For we called ourselves here. Continually we are here together. So sending us all always lots and lots of love, and I look forward to another sharing here. Lots of love.